Hello and welcome. I'm doing a video on EFT and blood. So I have my AHA Halo in my pocket. So this is my AHA Halo, which is set on blood cleanse. So it's been running now for 13 cycles. And so I'll run it for 10 hours today. So I'll put it back in my pocket as it's running. And the blood represents your life. And so that's why I put EFT would be your life. So with the EFT, you start out by unswitching yourself, reversing your polarity in case your polarity is switched. And so you tap on your thymus, which is right on the sternum bone, and tap on your navel at the same time, about 20 times. So I'll do about 10 or 15 times on my navel and sternum, and then switch hands, tapping on my navel and my sternum. So I've done this about 20 times. Take a deep breath. And then you'll do a crossover on your forehead as you take a deep breath, going from one side, sweeping from one side to the other. This kind of unswitches your polarity in case your polarity is in reverse. So do this about a half a dozen times. And then you do a karate chop. You're chopping on the line, which is your heart meridian, that comes across your hand about right here. So you can do like the chop on one side as you repeat, even though my life is disruptive and not flowing smoothly, I love and accept myself deeply and completely. And then you can reverse it to the other hand so that you're getting both points. And it depends on whether you're right or left-handed. If you clasp your hands like that, whatever thumb's on top will be your dominant hand. So my left thumb is on top. So you'll usually tap on the dominant, which is my left, even though I'm right-handed. So I'm tapping here, or I'm tapping here, or you can tap this way and make the statement, even though my life is disruptive, my life is not running smoothly, I love and accept myself deeply and completely. Then do a crossover, going from your opposite shoulder to your opposite hip, crossing in front of the body. You have like an S curve that goes down your body. When your polarity is reversed, your energy is draining right out of your body. So this way it encourages that S flow going down your body by crossing from one shoulder to the other. And do this several times, or you can take your hands and clasp them like that and bring them in, and this will also unswitch you. So either one. There's several ways to unswitch yourself. So this is just another of where you take your hands, put the palms together, clasp your fingers, and bring them in. And this will unswitch you as well. Just take a couple of deep breaths. And when I do this, I feel a clearness coming into my mind. So you can sort of feel that it's connecting your right and left brain as it should be connected again. But what I start out by doing to find out what the issue is, and I use my hand as a dowsing rod. So I want to indicate yes, and I'm allowing my hand to do this. So you can use a pendulum, you can use a dowsing rod, or you can use your hand. This is your built-in dowsing rod. So I'll ask that question again. Indicate to me yes, and it's going clockwise. Indicate to me no, and it's going counterclockwise. And so I've set up a communication with my body this way. And so then I'll make the statement, even though my life flow is disrupted, I love and accept myself deeply and completely. And so my hand is going, no, that's not a true statement. So that's how I know that I need to work on that issue. My blood is stagnant, and that's also a no. Um, I want my blood to be flowing healthy and free throughout my body, that my circulation be good. So even though my circulation is poor and my blood flow is stagnant, I love and accept myself deeply and completely. Even though my circulation has been hindered and my blood flow is stagnant, I love and accept myself deeply and completely. You can also tap on the top of the head. Even though my life flow is stagnant, I love and accept myself deeply and completely. But by tapping on the heart, we're dealing with the emotional body of circulation and your life. So after you've tapped on here a few times and repeated that statement several times, then you can tap on the meridian points on your body. So you've got your gallbladder meridian here at the corner of the eyebrow. So you can just tap on one side, or you can tap on both corners of the eyebrow. And as you make that statement, even though my life flow seems disrupted, I love and accept myself deeply and completely. On the triple warm meridian, right at the temple, even though, so you don't have to repeat the whole thing once you sort of have repeated it a couple of times, even though. Tap on the cheekbone, even though. Tap on the bottom of the lip and top of the lip, so even though. And reverse it. This is your governing and central meridian. And then you tap on the kidney point. The kidney point is right at this niche, right at the where the sternum is connected. So that's your kidney point. So you can tap here, even though my circulation has been hindered and my life flow has been hindered. I love and accept myself deeply and completely. You can reverse it and then tap up underneath the arm, and this is the spleen point. So by tapping on the spleen point, you're getting all the upper body meridian points. And what I'll also do is that I'll take and place my ring finger in the palm of my hand as I tap down the center of my body as I repeat that statement. This is getting past lifetimes. So I'm tapping as I'm repeating that in my head, that even though my circulation has been hindered, my life flow has been hindered, I love and accept myself deeply and completely. So this will take care of past lifetimes. And just in case that it's coming, we can add some emotion code in here. So in case it's coming from an ancestral. So I can ask that, is there ancestral blockage that's impeding my circulation? And I'm getting yes. So is it on my father's side? Is it on my mother's side? So it's on my father's side. And so and does it go back at least 10 generations? Does it go back at least 20 generations? So knowing from emotion code that this is going back multiple generations, then I can take what they call it's called a mag boy. And the mag boy is these roller magnets. So I can take and I can sweep from over my forehead, back behind, and do this at least 10 times for ancestral release. Okay, I felt a release just then. So, have I released any ancestral ties to my circulation and to my blood flow? And that's indicating that I have. Now, your hand is a magnet. So you can also just use the palm of your hand and sweep over and have the same effect. But I just find that this mag boy is very powerful, that you can take and rub it down the front of your body or go over your body to the back of your body for emotional code release. So that's, I think, by Nikon. and it's called a Mag Boy. And also, I think I mentioned yesterday that I have a wand, and this wand is called a 0 point balance wand, and is filled with crystals and rare earth. So you take and wrap it several times to activate it. You can either do it on something solid or just do it on your hand, and then hold the wand with your intention that you want to bring healing by utilizing this wand on your body. And so, because blood is all over my body, I'll just probably do a figure 8 over my heart area, and this will kind of get my main circulatory areas, which would primarily be my heart. So I'm just doing a figure 8 over my heart with this wand. And I just feel like I'm yawning, or just a sense of relaxation. So when I get that feeling of relaxation, it feels like I'm done, that this has filled its purpose. Now I can recheck. And because the heart is the main area of circulation, is my heart now open and circulation is clear? And I'm getting a yes. So that's good. That's what I was looking for. I was looking for my circulation to become open. And you can also do the Ho'onopono by placing your hand on your heart and saying something to the effect like, please forgive me. I'm sorry. I love you. Thank you. And so, since the heart is known as the primary circulatory part of my body, then by saying the Ho'onopono, saying of, I am sorry, please forgive me, I love you, thank you. And you can feel that energy in your heart. The other thing you can do is also place your hands on your heart and breathe into your heart. So as you take a deep breath, feel like instead of breathing in through your nose, that you're actually pulling the breath in through your heart. So taking a deep breath. And it's better if you breathe in like to a count of 5 and exhale for a longer count. So in other words, you'll breathe into a count of 5, hold it for a count of 5, but then exhale to a count of 6. And by doing that, do it for 3 minutes. So like I say, place either one hand or both hands on your heart, breathe into a count of 5, hold it for a count of 5, hold, and then exhale to a count of 6. You always want to have the exhale longer than the inhale, and do this for 3 minutes. And feeling as if you're pulling that breath in through your heart. At the bottom of the exhale, you want to hold it for a count of 2, and that kind of sets it. So inhale to a count of 5, hold it for a count of 5, exhale to a count of 6, hold it for a count of 2, and then keep repeating that for about 3 minutes. And you'll find that resets your whole nervous system. It'll reset the vagus nerve. But then with the EFT, to finish that, because we've tapped on all the outer areas, but now let's set it in and set it into our brain. So you tap on the corner of the nail on the thumb, the forefinger, the middle finger, and the little finger. And then you tap on what they call the Kamut point, which is between the knuckle of the little finger and the ring finger. So while you're tapping here, you'll open your eyes, close your eyes. Look to the tip of your nose. Look far down to the right, far down to the left. Do a clockwise circle with the eyes open. counterclockwise circle with the eyes open. Now hum a tune, any tune. And count to 7 or 5, whatever feels good. Even 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now hum another tune, any tune. Okay, now because you've got like a part of the brain that deals with creativity and a part of the brain that deals with reasoning and numbers. So by doing that right left, the counting and the humming, you're setting it in the brain. Because if you were like driving your car and you have to be looking in your rearview mirror when someone hits you from behind, then that gets set in that part of the brain and the eyes. You can do what they call rapid eye movement as well by following your finger, making a figure 8 with your eyes, and that will release that trapped energy in your brain from where that trauma happened when you happen to be looking in a certain direction. So hopefully that will help because every time you look in that direction of your rearview mirror or your side mirror, and you had a trauma, you had a blow, then that actually causes, every time you look in that direction, you're going to feel a weakness. So this way it helps release that patterning by following your eyes with the infinity sign, with the figure 8. Okay, that's all I can think of at the time. And also you can send, like I say, healing to your heart by asking, do I need to send healing to my heart? And I'm actually getting a no. But if you did, then what you can also do is imagine that you're standing before you, and you can take your hands and scan your body and see if it's smooth. And then turn yourself around with the image you have before you, and I'm scanning the back of my body. And that's all clear. And then I'm scanning the sides of my body, so I'm almost doing like Reiki, on the sides of my body as well. And if I felt an area, like I'm going to check my thyroid. So my thyroid is indicating that there's trauma there. There's blocked energy. And so to send healing to my thyroid, I can just focus on my thyroid as I'm taking deep breaths, and I want to start sending healing energy to my thyroid. And so I'm letting my hand send energy to my thyroid at this time. And then it just sort of comes to a stop, meaning that I have completed sending energy to my thyroid. But as I'm scanning myself, if I were to come down and my hands were to go out around my thyroid, then that's indicating to me that my thyroid, there's some issues with my thyroid. So by just looking at myself in this video, then I can, start focusing on sending energy, that you can imagine that there's a cord connected to your thyroid, and you can take and sever that cord, and then take and just send energy to that part of your body that needs it. And just by moving your hands this way. But like I say, there's usually a dark cord that's connected to some part of your body, and take and sever that cord. So that's just another method of healing. Okay, that's it for today. Thank you very much, and we'll do another one tomorrow or the next day. Bye-bye.